So ABA basically is applied behavior analysis. And what it is the science of behavior. So what we try and do is, using the principles of our science, we try and understand why behavior is happening. So when we understand why a behavior is happening, then we can look to replace it or teach other skills. So I often use the metaphor of a fire. So if you pretend for a moment that you're a fireman or a firewoman, and you arrive at a fire, and all of the fire looks the same. So it's all got flames, it's amber, it's red, it's hot. But if the fire was started with oil, you're not going to put it out with water. This is where I lose track, because I'm like, I don't know what they put out fires with. But if it started with gas, I think you need to get rid of the oxygen. If it started with wood, you can put water on it. So that's giving you a little bit of insight into ABA, where shouting, might look the same, or climbing might look the same, or banging your head might look the same. Yeah. But the reason why somebody's doing it will determine how we replace it or reduce it. Okay. And then I guess what ABA, when people think of ABA, sometimes they think of dog training. And this, I think some people have experienced bad ABA. Yeah. And like any profession, there's people, number one, pretending that they're qualified. And number two, there's excellent people and there's people who need more experience. So when people think of the dog training type part of ABA, they're talking about discrete trial teaching. Okay. And here is just one part of what we do. Whereas when you break tasks down into really, really small, achievable parts, little components, we call them like short-term objectives, and you teach them one by one quite repetitively, with reinforcement until you get to the end goal. But as I said, that's just one part. There's lots of other principles you won't have heard.
So it's not one size fits all either, then? It's
not at all. Okay, and we do an awful lot of anything that we do, we try and generalize back into the environment, so natural environment teaching. And then most of us, we're not cardboard boxes. Yeah. So a lot of us will do things like floor time, but incorporate the principles of reinforcement and shaping and things like that within it.
Okay.